What's different about Powers is that, like a lot of online shows like Netflix, you didn't do it all at once. What was the decision to dole it out on a weekly basis after the first 3 episodes instead of all at once?
No, I was a really big fan of this. Actually, we talked about, not every show is the same like animal, and we're like a crime show and there's mysteries involved, and with mysteries, isn't it nice to like spend a week and think about them and talk to your friends online? And we're hearing you should see my Tumblr feed. It's just constant questions about this and that, and that's what you want. And if you get them answered all right away, I mean, yeah, that's cool. There's that instant gratification, but coming from comics where you have to wait 2 weeks or a month for what will happen next? Is Spider-Man going to die? It's nice to sit with it for a while. So there's plus and minuses. So for let's say the first audience gets to have their cliffhangers and discussions and talk about it. PlayStation gets you guys to come back to the service every week because that's a nice thing too. You keep coming back to the service. And then, come end of, end of April, end of May, I can't remember. When the first season's all locked in, you can binge it all you want. And we think you can get some out of both versions. Like if you watch it weekly, you can get something out of it. And if you binge it a second time, you can get something out of it again. That's Charlie's genius, and I think that's going to come off. So that's cool. So, listen, I loved Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt so much, right? And then I tore through them in an afternoon, and then I was like, oh, I want more. And it's not coming for another year, but you keep looking at it like maybe they pop another one on, but they're not. But, Community's doing it too, a little bit every week. It's cool. So, but yeah, there's a lot of pluses and minuses to everything, but I look at it, I thought of it this way. It's a lot like our comic book audience. Some people like that. Every month you got to wait for the cliffhanger. Some people wait for the trades because they like the whole thing. So, same thing.
And, Powers has obviously set itself apart from a lot of superhero shows because there's the sex and the violence and the cursing and everything. So what's the reaction been like that for a superhero show with all that stuff in it?
I got to say, it seems to be the thing that people who weren't familiar with the source material are the most pleasantly surprised about. I'm getting a lot of, that's a lot of blood for, and then there's a visceral excitement of seeing superheroes and that much gore and stuff like that. But there's also, there's a lot of adults and college age and up that really are looking for a little more than, just the mythology. They're looking for, like I said, shows by adults for adults. And we're very happy to be that. I mean, that's what the comic book was. We were the thing that was a little different than everything else that was on the market, and there's the show has to be that at least. So we're happy to be that, knowing full well there's going to be there's going to be people that are put off by it, but that's okay. It's not for you. Not everything's for everybody, But for the people who are eager for another flavor, I love being that other flavor. I've loved it in comics. I love it here. It's the best, You have people who are I love comics, but I don't necessarily have to read that flavor every week. Is there anything else? And we're one of those things. Same thing for TV. And it's just amazing that there's so many superhero or genre shows on the air that at the same time. Because 2 years ago there wasn't, and now there is. So it does feel very similar to the comic book situation where there's a lot, and then there's here's this thing that we are,
And we're here at WonderCon. You just showed a pretty crazy teaser for what's coming up next. What can you tease about the last episodes heading into the season 1 finale?
Well, I've been talking online about how much I love episode 6. Episode 6 is where, and I think even last time I talked about it. It's everything on the show got a little better. The lighting got better, and all the actors are settling into the roles. And just TV shows sometimes take a couple to they start good, but then all of a sudden there's some next level stuff going on. For some episode 6 all the way through, there's that next level stuff going on, and then also it's kind of this race to the finish line of where it's all headed, and it's happening very quickly, and people are changing sides, and people are changing their minds about stuff, and people are changing who they are, and we don't know how far Walker's willing to go. We don't know what Dina is up to at this point. Wolf's got his own agenda, and everything's kind of set for this big finale. So, and that it's exciting.